Ladies and gentlemen, it's also my joy and absentia to also appreciate our registrar who is on leave, Dr. Fortunate. And I will pronounce his surname Americanly, Afatakba, because the Americans will pronounce every letter in your name. In absentia, is appreciated. We welcome our distinguished bossa, Mr. Somefu. So in absentia, he will join us in a short while. Our distinguished university librarian, Mr. Opesonro. Also welcome again, I bring him up again. He will lead us in the opening prayer. He's a member of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Jonah Akon. You're most welcome. I also appreciate and welcome heads of departments already seated here and distinguished academic staff of this great university, my distinguished colleagues, my distinguished administrative colleagues of this great university, and indeed, the greatest students of the best university in the world. Distinguished, progressive, articulating, intelligent, ever moving forward, distinguished university students of Dominion University. We know why we are here. It's not my job to read the citation, but since we have our veteran professional in the film industry already seated with us, it's my joy also to present to us, but shortly, in a short while, you'll hear more about him, Dr. Tunde Kelani. And he's not alone. He is here with his team. The personal assistant is busy. Lauka, you're welcome too. Without wasting time, having done justice to the protocol we already established, it's my joy to bring the chief host in the person of the head of department, mass communication, for brief remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. B.C. Ajala. You know, BBC is very close to BC, so oftentimes I call her Dr. BBC Ajala.
I would like to stand on existing protocol. I would like to welcome our distinguished Dr. Tunde Kelani. I call him Babami. TK, you are welcome to Dominion University. And I also welcome my friend, his personal assistant, Mrs. Abisola Ojo. You are also welcome. How many of you have watched any of mainframe productions in the past? Okay. Maybe some of you do not know what I'm talking about. How many of you have watched maybe Ayila? Sir, it will interest you to know that Ayila is one of the recommended documentaries for our 400 level class. And they are currently working on the movie. They are doing a critique of the movie. So they are familiar with your work, sir. I would like to enjoy you students to be attentive because such opportunities like this do not come all the time. So I would like you to pay rapt attention to the seminal presentation today. I do not want us to be distracted in the course of the presentation. I would like you to jot down your question and answers during the course of the presentation. Your questions, so that it will be able to provide responses to those questions when the time comes. Please, I would like there to be absolute quiet in the auditorium. No side talk, please. I wish us all a fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Head of Department Mass Communication. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, I would like to bring the Vice Chancellor for his welcome remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you, Mr. Afolabi. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just rest on existing protocols so that we can save time. I bring you greetings from the Chancellor, Bishop TV Adelako, who is here with us in the spirit, is fully aware of this event, and he has asked me specifically to say welcome to our special guest of today. So I'm welcoming you, sir, on behalf of the Chancellor, Bishop Taiwo Victor Adelako, the members of the Board of Trustees, the Governing Council, Senate, staff and students of Dominion University. We have already had an interaction where I have introduced you briefly to the university. We are just about clocking 5, and that mass communication is one of our flagship programs. By a third of our student population can be found in the mass communication department. So I especially welcome you once again. We consider it indeed a privilege, a great one indeed, to have you in our midst today. I also like to congratulate the students, those of you who are here today. And like I told him when we had the meeting, so please can we have quietness? So as I told him while we had a brief interaction before coming here, we have decided to shut down our academic activities for the next 2 hours because we consider it one of our duties to introduce you to icons in the society. Like he said, unfortunately, we don't have too many people we can look up to in Nigeria today because a lot of people who ordinarily should have been people that young people can look up to, or I would like to be like, they are not actually showing, they are not leading properly, if I can say it that way. Many times now what we have about people stealing billions, about people stealing money. Somebody leaves office, there's a governor now who left office and is running away from EFCC. That's the kind of story, unfortunately, that we have been hearing. But you indeed need role models, and they are becoming scarcer by the day in Nigeria. And so when we find someone who has lived a life of integrity, who has been able to climb to the highest pinnacle in his profession without being stained, I think it's a great opportunity to meet such a person in person. So please clap for yourselves. And consider yourself lucky indeed that you are meeting Dr. Tunde Kelani today. Some of you may never have any other opportunity in life to meet him in person. You might have read about him, you might have seen him on TV, maybe you have watched the movies he produced, but you have him here in person. He's not just here so that you can see him, he's going to be speaking to you, and you are going to have the opportunity to ask questions. So like the head of the Department of Mass Communication has said, please listen with rapt attention and be ready to ask questions. I know that we have intelligent students, so there's no need telling you, asking. Yeah, so I'm expecting your very intelligent questions. I recall that about a year ago, we brought in the veteran journalist, Joe Adegbite, and he was amazed at the kinds of questions and the quality of questions that our students ask. So I'm expecting that same kind of output today, and I'm sure I would not be disappointed. So please also take note that the essence of attending a university is not just about academics. It's also about interacting with the outside world, meeting with people in the industry, so that perhaps you can forge alliances, you can get mentors. And I think we should clap for Dr. Kelani because he has promised that he's willing. He has promised that he's willing to mentor those of you who want to look up to him as mentors. So let's give him a round of applause for that. So once again, since I'm not here to give a speech, it's not my day of giving lectures, I would just like to welcome you all again and welcome our special guest and the PA, and appreciate the Department of Mass Communication for putting this together. They have done it before, they are doing it again, and I know they are going to do it more and more of this. Thank you all. You are welcome.
Thank you for appreciating the Vice Chancellor. You will also be appreciated. That is if you clapped. In the next 5 minutes or so, one of those things that delight our veteran lecturer today, the guest lecturer, performances. So I'm delighted to bring one of our students, a final year student, spoken word performance in poetry and whatever he has packaged. Ladies and gentlemen, my joy to bring on board Excel Olayoye.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be presenting a poem. Good morning, everyone. I'll be presenting a poem titled, "What is the Color of Anxiety?" What is the color of anxiety? Does it mirror the dark shadows I wander in when my mind becomes void? A canvas so bare before life's vibrant palette was laid there. Or is it white, like snow? A stark emptiness where all my thoughts go. When anxiety surges, it devours, leaving behind a world void of its power of creativity. Perhaps it's green, like secrets untold, growing within me as my fist strikes and folds. Anxiety creeps through my dreams and thoughts, leaving me a lone seed. Is it blue, like the vast oceans? When anxiety, is it blue like the vast oceans? It drags me down to depths I cannot. It drags me down to depths I cannot escape. Anxiety sifts my friends and families, leaving me alone. Perhaps it's yellow. Perhaps it's yellow, like a glare of sun ray, melting my smile. It shakes its pollen around me, scattering friends and families like petals from a sunflower score. Maybe it's red, venomous, or both. A burning apple, a rumbling core that hurts my throat. Anxiety's artistry dances around me where colors collide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What is the color of life? Let's appreciate Excel again. We have another performance in dance, and I'm delighted to bring on Chioma Ogbu. Chioma. Oh.
Uno, two, tres, four. Bring it from Holland to Ghana, UK, London to Ghana, Angola, Caverdiana. Coupe, Quara. Bring it from Congo to Zambia, Senegal up to Italia, nationwide even España. Dança não para, chato, 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 para. Let me see that you wanna. Luxa, chato, dança, chato, luxa, chato, dança, chato. Are you ready to dance? Starting it down with
Thank you. Let's appreciate Chioma. Chioma. Are you clapping at all? Dance is one of our cultural instincts. You can see Atilogu, you see hip hop, which is now universal, and every dance steps that you can see. The last in the performance series is another spoken word performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharon Olatude.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tunde Sharon, and I'm here to speak on a work of Tunde Kelani titled Mami. Thank you. In the quiet of the night, she walks alone, a mother's heart with secrets of its own. Her steps are heavy, burdened with pain, but in her eyes, resilience remains. She bears the scars of a past unkind, where innocence was stolen, left behind. Yet she wears a mask, a brave facade, but for her son's sake, she stands undeterred. Her son is young, but always knows. In his heart, wisdom steadily grows. He calls her name, Mommy, but in her ears, he hears an answer prayer, Ami. By day she toils, her hands stain red. She cleans the aftermath of the newly dead. But then her heart aches with every life she tends. But for her son, her strength never bends. She hides her tears, her prayers are pierced. As she talks him in, her love expressed. In his eyes, she sees a world of hope, a reason to climb the steepest slope. But deep within, the wounds still bleed. The trauma she carries, an internal need. She fights each day to keep the demons at bay. But then, in the shadows, they always stay. And as years pass, her strength wanes, her spirit wearies from enduring pain. She whispers a final goodbye to her son as she closes her eyes for the very last time. In that, she found peace at last. Her battles fought, her struggles past. Her legacy lives on in the embrace of her son, a testament to unwavering grace. This was the story of a mother who cared so much about her child. She hid her tears just for her son to smile. This is the story of many mothers today. This is the story of Mommy.
Wow. Wow. So, if you have not seen Mommy, Sharon has publicized Mommy. Though it's been a while Mommy was produced, but the messages and the theme in that movie still resonates. So do yourself a favor, go and see Mommy. Let's appreciate Sharon again. That was good. And I noticed that Mainframe Productions, they're already looking at our artists who will come up pretty soon in the entire globe. Ladies and gentlemen, with our rapt attention, I'd like to bring one of our colleagues, Ms. Aluko, to come and do the citation of Dr. Tunde Kelani. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tunde Kelani will rise. That is the culture as soon as Ms. Aluko starts. Ms. Aluko.
Thank you, sir. Standing on the already established protocol, I would like to ask Dr. Tunde Kelani, sir, to please rise while I read your citation. Dr. Tunde Kelani, popularly called Tunde Kelani, was born in Lagos, Nigeria in 1948. Tunde Kelani holds a diploma in the art and technique of filmmaking from the London International Film School. After working many years in the Nigerian film industry as a cinematographer, he now manages Mainframe Film and Television Productions, a company formed to document Nigeria's rich culture. An advocate of alternative technology in motion picture production in Africa, Tunde Kelani has successfully produced and directed digital features, among which are Shaoride, which he produced in 1999, Thunderbolts, which was produced in 2000, and Agogoewo, which was produced in 2002. In addition to this, he has produced short feature films, among which are Twins of the Rainforest, A Place Called Home, and A Baba's Wisdom. His other films, like The Campus Queen, which was produced in 2004, Abeni, which was produced in 2006, The Narrow Path, which was produced in 2006 as well, and Arugba, which was produced in 2010, and also Miami, which was produced in 2012, all further possibilities of advanced digital filmmaking. His most recent films are Dazzling Mirage, produced in 2014, Yekpa, produced also in 2014, and CD Iluchule, produced in 2017. Aruda and Yekpa were successfully screened open air in 57 local government communities in Lagos State of Nigeria. Kelani uses the mobile cinema project designed to take information and entertainment to the grassroots. In 2015, Tunde Kelani launched the online TV channel tundekelani.tv, which is described as the home of premium indigenous entertaining content from Africa and the diasporas. Is also the founder and chief facilitator of Mainframe Film and Media Institute, a film institute established in 2016 to fill the void in film and media training in Nigeria. TK, as is fondly called, continues to push the boundaries of digital media as alternative technology for filmmaking and distribution in Africa. His outstanding contributions to both the local and international movie industry prompted the Lead City University Ibadan to confer on him the academic award of Doctor of Letters in 2022. He's indeed a role model in the industry, and Dominion University is excited to welcome Dr. Tunde Kelani to our premises. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, honorable members of the management, distinguished members of staff of Dominion University, and the great students of Dominion University, would you please rise and welcome Dr. Tunde Kelani to the premises of Dominion University. You're welcome, sir.
Let's appreciate Dr. Tunde Kelani as comes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, the seminar proper will start. Perhaps, Dr. TK, we would have played one of the lines of Baba Faleti in Shawarede, but we know we love Georgia that we did. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, translated in English means hello. Actually, this copyright belongs to the late Professor Kimi Shola. Anytime his phone rings, instead of saying hello, he says hello. And hello, to me, is actually more meaningful than hello. So next time your phone rings, what do you say? Hello. Thank you. My name is Babatunde Ayinde Kelani, or Tunde Kelani, or simply TK. And I'm delighted to be here at this young but dynamic Dominion University to discuss the Nigerian film industry. The history of the Nigerian film industry is about the story of my life. Because for 50 years, I've been in the industry. I have worked on films that showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage and diversity. And today, I'm here at this great university to inspire students interested in pursuing a career in the thriving entertainment and film industry of Nigeria. So I'm happy and delighted to be here at this young but dynamic university. And my first impression is that this university is poised for greatness. Daring to tread where few have gone. So I'm going to start by giving you, perhaps in 2 or 3 parts, of the information that I'm going to share with you this morning. We should have an overview of the film industry first. The Nigerian film industry, now popularly referred to as Nollywood, has evolved significantly over the past 3 decades from humble beginnings in the 70s and 80s to becoming the second largest industry globally in terms of film production. Nollywood has grown through resilience and our audience support. Today, Nigerian films are celebrated internationally for their unique storytelling and have contributed to the country's economic and cultural development. Perhaps I should digress and let you know how I came into the industry. When I was very young, somehow I discovered photography, and I realized later that I needed the camera to record what was going on around me. In other words, I have developed into being a filmmaker, which I didn't know there was anything called filmmaking in the beginning. I needed to choose a medium to document and to share my cultural experience. I had a need for the tools to share my cultural experience, and I've done everything I could. Invested my time and money to learn photography in my secondary school, during my secondary school days. By the time I finished secondary school, the only thing I knew I wanted to do was just be a photographer, because I had gone too far. And that is exactly what I believe. That's why today I'm standing in front of you, because I'm one of the few people who knew or had an idea of what they wanted to do. And I'm happy that this is the thing I'm still doing today. And if I didn't take that step, I wouldn't be here in front of you today. So let us look at careers in film production. Filmmaking is very exciting. It's very, very interesting. But I can tell you it's one of the most difficult endeavors you can come across. It is a collaborative endeavor that involves various expertise. You can hear such as producers, directors, cinematographers, sound designers, editors, and more. The industry naturally offers diverse career opportunities, catering to different aspects of the production process, depending on the scale and type of the project. Outside of the industry itself, there are other opportunities for career, because it is division of labor, in the sense that you have screenwriters, you have production designers, you have producers who are essentially business people, you have directors who share the vision and more, that's more artistic, and you have skills, camera, sound, costume, production designers, editors, music composers, and the list goes on. And then, of course, the service, transportation, security, catering, accommodation, just name it. The list goes on. So I think that you are privileged in the sense that you have, as soon as you graduate and start practicing, chances are that you are already employed if you play your cards right. In our own days, just imagine, when I managed to get a telephone at the age of 30, there are only 700,000 lines throughout the whole country. But you can imagine today, I'm sure that everybody here has a phone. And it's now becoming almost impossible for you to exist without a phone in your pocket. In the part 2 of this talk, we are going to look at opportunities in the Nigerian film industry. When we join the industry, you make a film. Most of the independent producers that I worked with, after making the film, first of all, the technology was foreign-based, in the sense that you have your story, you have your art, but the camera was imported from abroad. The film that you are going to load into the camera to record the film is imported from UK, London, or America. After you have shot the film, everything you have shot is re-exported back to England or America for processing. And then maybe a month or two later, they send you the film and your transparent sound. You edit. After you edit, everything again is shipped back to America or UK to complete the film. Even after you get your print, you have to embark on the road with a projector showing the film around. So today, just imagine, we will get to it sooner or later with your smartphone in your hand. You can shoot your film today, edit it today, and publish it today. So you can see how privileged you are. So the Nigerian film industry, which I refer to as Nollywood, was controversial because personally I was upset that the Nigerian creative product was going to be labeled Nollywood because there is Hollywood in America. And just like Nigeria, we didn't have a choice. The name stuck. There have been various strands of the wood. I think they have Kani wood. And then I think that there's Bollywood standard, and then Asaba wood, and all sorts of different woods. But personally, I'm happy that officially there's no Yoruba wood. I think we have had enough woods. So Yoruba cinema has a validity as long as there is global cinema actually based on languages and culture. So if there's a Chinese film or Chinese cinema, and then there's Indian cinema, and then there is Polish cinema, and there is French cinema, and there is Japanese cinema, and there is, name it, Russian cinema. There's a validity in the Yoruba cinema. That's where I stand. Okay, so the demand for Nigerian content across platform is undeniable, with Nigerian films being widely embraced not only in Nigeria but across Africa. In fact, the popularity of Nigerian content has led to Ghanaian films being referred to as Nollywood in West Africa. The Nigerian film industry has experienced significant growth, contributing 2.3% to Nigeria's GDP. The industry has transitioned from the traditional direct-to-video model to the current new Nollywood, characterized by enhanced artistic quality, innovative storytelling, and improved production values. The emergence of video-on-demand platforms like Netflix Amazon Prime, Showmax, along with the presence of global giants like HBO, Disney, and MTN, has increased the demand for Nigerian productions worldwide. So what it means is that Nigeria started in the 70s. Nigeria was not recognized as a serious filmmaking nation. Not at all. Not until we took advantage of technology, and Nigerians, they are very creative, hardest working people that I know, and very resilient. So in time, we started to make progress. Okay, so let us talk about emerging opportunities. Imagine opportunities for you, the students, not just mass communication, but everybody. Whatever you do today, you are going to need the media. If you need the media, then it is important that you pay attention and learn, media or content creation, whatever your business. So, to the esteemed students of Dominion University and the Department of Mass Communications, I commend you all for embarking on a formal education that will lay the foundation for a thriving career in the Nigerian film industry. To succeed in this field, it is crucial to cultivate a genuine passion and interest, invest in self-development, and be prepared for a lifelong journey of learning and growth. Developing multiple skills is essential in today's industry, and embracing new technologies like smartphone cinematography can be a game changer. Look, let me go back a little bit. If perhaps you don't appreciate the privilege that you are enjoying, there are two ways that you can join the industry. Either you do not learn or go to school, but join the trade, following people who practice for so many years before you begin to know the ropes. That's on the one hand. Then, privileged students like you can come to institutions like Dominion University and learn mass communication, and during which time you have the opportunity to learn filmmaking, whichever branch, area that you want to graduate. And then, perhaps, what will work for you is to think about the two, having this kind of privileged education and then learning as soon as you leave school, joining the industry and learn your role. That is exactly what I did. I did not come out of, I learned, I was trained locally, but I went to school and came back and joined the industry. So whatever decision you make, just be prepared that you are going to be in it for a long, long time. Furthermore, building an online presence, networking with peers, seeking mentorship, and continuously expanding your knowledge through workshops, conferences, and online resources are key steps towards a successful career in film production. And by the way, I wanted to know, if I asked you, outside of your school work, what book are you reading at the moment? Because I say this because I believe that you cannot be a good filmmaker without reading. And you need to develop passion and interest in so many areas. Perhaps the reason why I'm so excited, I was excited to be a filmmaker, is it gives me the opportunity to learn forever. Sometimes it even depends on the subject matter that of interest to you. I've done films. Mainframe films can be categorized in the sense that some of them are classified as what is called conscience camera. And these are films that treat socio-political themes, good governance, corruption, and all of this. So in that category, you have Shaurode, Agogo Iwo, Koshegbe, Campus Queen, and Aruba. Those are a category. Then there's another category that are adapted from literary works. Koshegbe again, Oleku, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Mirage, Mami, for instance, and then the latest film that I have done, Cordelia, from Femi Oshofison, again. So you can see that it's just not about mass communication or becoming filmmakers, but you have to develop a niche. You have to find something that is unique to you. And more importantly, you must be ready to sacrifice, to invest your money, to develop yourself. This all leads to your self-development. So, by identifying your strengths, honing your skills, and staying dedicated to your craft, you can carve out a niche for yourself and thrive in the dynamic landscape of the Nigerian film industry. In conclusion, by following these steps, which you may have missed and would have to repeat, first of all, networking is important. Attending webinars, conferences, film festival can help you and your network. But more importantly, I'm going to ask all of you here to dip your hands in your pockets and raise your mobile phones up. This is my room. Your mobile phones. Wait. Just wait a moment. I'm going to ask you because when I saw that dance, now I thought by now some of you would have recorded it. And shared it. Because by now, if you are in mass communication and you have started practicing, then I'm interested in what productions you are doing. You have to seize every opportunity you have to practice and practice and practice even before you leave the university. So my young friends, by following the steps and embracing a spirit of innovation and perseverance, I'm confident that each of you can embark on a rewarding journey towards achieving your dreams in or outside of the Nigerian film industry. Thank you very much.
Let's keep up the clapping. Let's keep up the appreciation. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We have this session for questions and answers. Perhaps you have certain questions you'd like to ask our guest speaker. We'd like to entertain questions from the audience. Number one, that will be Joshua. Joshua Akitobi, number one. Who else? Number two, Dr. Shere. Please don't forget your numbers. Number three, Dr. Alade. Number four, Bakare. Yeah, because I saw their hands. What's your name again? Typewriter. Isabella. Okay, number five, Isabella. I think we have five. Number six. What? Toyota. Femi Akiwale. So we have 6 questions already. Okay, let's do it 7. Femi Akiwale. And number 7, Gloria, right? Okay. So, engineer, do you have a spare mic for the speaker? Thank you. Please do that in a jiffy. Be smart. Do it like a DU guy. So that, please make sure it's working. So, question number 1, Joshua, please come up. And Love, you help me pass, after Joshua's questions, you help me pass this mic to the audience so that they don't need to come up.
Good morning, sir. My name is Joshua Akintobi. I'm from the Mass Communication Department, finalist. Okay, first of all, I would like to say that my mom is a big fan of your works. When I watched, she told me about a lot of your works. Aruba, Mami, and Shauride. I remember that. And also Oliku. And also your first work that I worked, that was Aruba. I was shocked when I saw the female that was the main actor of the movie. When there was a scene on the mountain part where she was fighting and it was like kung fu. I was actually shocked that this is Yoruba movie. How are you bringing some of Chinese stuff into the movie? And it actually made me love Yoruba, love to watch Yoruba movie more. Okay, sir. So my first question is that currently we are seeing a big transformation in the movie industry. We are seeing the likes of Wura, the movie Wura, Tribe of Judah. We are seeing big work effect. The VFX is better than before, and I want to believe that they are not there yet. The Nigerian movie industry is not there yet. So, in your view, sir, as a movie veteran, as an actor veteran, who is a veteran in this field, I want to say that what is your view? What do you think the movie industry can still work on? Because I believe we have aspiring actors and actresses in the house, and they want to learn more from you, sir. What do you think they can still work on and to be better? So that's my question, sir. That's the first question. I have 2 questions.
Okay. Let's first of all talk about your fears. When you said you noticed. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Nice. Yeah, yes.
Can you do that? It's Jerry. Wow. Yeah.
Well, to address the first part of your question, when you notice that the Aruba was fighting
some people that attacked, I think, his boyfriend.
Yes, I remember that. Well, that is not, it shows that that girl has learned to defend herself and perhaps has taken courses in Taekwondo. That is sports now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
My children, my son and my daughter, they told me they just wanted to fight. So I took them to the National Stadium and introduced them to the coach, Ferguson, the coach. And they started training for Taekwondo. And I was joking that when my daughter grows up and gets married and the husband slaps her, I was sure that when they come to me, the man will complain that my daughter has beaten him black and blue. So that is just sports. You understand? And as to your concern about, what was the second one?
No, that was only the first question.
Yeah.
That was only the first. My question is that, in your view, what areas do you think the Nigerian movie industry need to work on to keep improving? Nigerian movie industry.
Look, we haven't even done anything.
Yes, that's true.
Our films have not even reflected the Nigeria diversity in culture. That's on the one part. Secondly, we have great literary assets, not in Nigeria, but the whole of Africa. And we have to read more, we have to work more, because we have stories and millions of stories we have not told.
That's also true.
So, we are lucky. The whole world, they have no choice. They have to come back to us because we are going to have authentic, original African stories we have not even told. So that is our intangible heritage and is inexhaustible.
Yes, sir. Please, sir, sorry, for the second question, actually, I made a research and I got you have the, please, sir. It's like I made the research and I got to know that you have an establishment called the Tunde Kelani Academy. So I want to ask that, apart from you being a great actor with a lot of experience, what should aspiring actors that are coming that will be enrolling for the academy's program, what should they expect from you, sir?
It depends. First of all, I said it has to be a process of self-development.
Okay.
The thing is, first of all, having this passion. If you have passion for anything, you find your way around it. And by the way, today, I think you are all lucky because you have YouTube. There's nothing you want to learn that is not on YouTube. You won't have to pay for it. Usually it will be free. The only thing is that you cannot get a certificate from it. But you are never short of information on any subject that you want to do. Look, I forgot to tell you that I'm 76-year-old. And at 76, I still run courses on YouTube. Sometimes I subscribe to have information. So that's what I told you, that you must be prepared that you are going to enter a long life calling. You have to continue to learn every day. You have to read every day. You have to practice what you are taught every day, till you die.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Please, the second question, Dr. Showe.
Please help me to save time. One question. All of us questioners. One question.
Thank you very much, sir. And my question is this. It starts from a place of a need to know. Yesterday I was in a class, a theory and aesthetics class, and I was teaching my students. I needed to explain mise-en-scène to them But I explained to them that what we see as movies are framed pictures that are shown like 12 to 24 frames in a minute. It took them a long time. I kept explaining and explaining, but I know that you have shot a documentary. I was opportune to be at I represent International Film Festival, where you showed pyrolysis or paralysis. Yes, it was a 3-minute documentary. There are students in this hall that have assignments to produce documentaries for a documentary film course. So I want you to explain how you did it, because from your discussion that day, I remember that you said that documentary was made out of still pictures. And it showed for 3 minutes, and it made a lot of sense. So is it possible students today, because they found it difficult to understand, how can they go about it to produce documentaries just using still pictures? Because the movement was fluid in that pyrolysis. Please, I want you to kind of educate our students. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, that is very interesting. First of all, I didn't know it was pyrolysis. It was after that I had. What my concern was that all the trees from Lanlate everywhere, they were being cut down, green trees, not even big ones. They are being cut down and converted to coal, and they are shipping these things every day out of Nigeria. So the effect is, as you can see, because of climate change, we have already laid our land down for destruction. Yoruba land, the southwest, the forest area are now being turned into savannas if they continue this process. And it will appear as if government is not really interested in what is going on. But I can tell you from Lanlate's side that I went to shoot that experience up to the Benin border. I don't think you can find any trees left. While we were shooting that documentary or photographing it, right there in my presence, there are 5 mango trees with fruits on them. And someone negotiated and bought each tree for 500 naira. And they cut down all the 5 trees in my presence, and they were converted to coal. So the process of converting from green trees through carbon something, I'm not really good at science, but when I describe it to the I say, no, TK, that's pyrolysis. So I just thought about it and say, well, is this pyrolysis or paralysis? Because we are all going to suffer the effects of this activity. It doesn't matter with what you tell the story, but first of all, you have to develop an empathy for that particular story. Whatever you decide to do in a documentary, it has to be something that at that material time is of greatest interest to you, and it's an experience where you want to share, which you want to share with as many people as possible. I think that's the driving force. When the time comes, you will decide. In my own case, till today, I don't know why I decided that, no, I'm going to do it with pictures, so maybe it will be more impactful. And what I did after editing it together, stitching it all together, I got Shegun Adefila to compose a poem that ran through the whole short documentary. So it doesn't matter which one, stills, even if you are frustrated, if you are really, really adventurous and you wanted to tell a story and you are not allowed to use your phone, then start to draw it. Try to sketch it. Continue to sketch it. But as long as you have a story to tell, you have no choice but to find means of telling that story.
Thank you very much. Dr. Alade.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. First of all, let me just mention that I know when you see a talent, you can identify one. That lady that did the performance of Mami is a talent, I'm sure you know that. And anytime you are doing a new production and you are looking for a fresh face in any of your films, I think she's somebody you can contact. I think I'm talking like a manager now. Okay, my question is, I want to talk about piracy. In the movie industry today, piracy is a very big problem. Now, you remember the case of Baba Salah. He never got out of that problem until he died. I want to ask if you've ever had any problem that has to do with piracy. If you are able to escape it, what did you do? If you passed through it, what was your experience? That's just my question. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Let me tell you that every film I've made, all of them have been pirated. All of them. It was, in fact, it completely ruined us. And we had to maybe stop mainframe productions because we couldn't control it. We did so many things, demonstrated, arrested a few pirates and everything, but in the end, I think it was too big a problem for Nigeria. And by the way, it's just not films that are being pirated, other things, drugs are pirated. Solignum, because when we arrested 5 pirates, we took them, they were arrested in Lagos, and after we've written statements and all that, the inspector, the senior officer, they sat us down and talked to us about piracy and how he made a lot of money by trying to solve the piracy of Solignum. That the producers were selling 30 trailers, 40 trailers a month, and then suddenly they were down to 7. Then they realized something was wrong. And they found out that they were adulterated and distributed. In any case, we seem to have forgotten about piracy because it's come in another challenge, because we are now fully in a digital era. And another type of piracy we witness is that any production, any film you make, any film that is released on Netflix, the following day or the third day is on everybody's mobile phones. It is not sold, it is shared. You won't pay any money if you say, Ayinla, I have it now on my phone. I will send it to you. That's the kind of piracy we have, and that is the casualty, that's the price we pay for technology. But luckily, these days, if you make a film that is good enough and is licensed by any of the streaming companies and Netflix, they would have paid you a bulk money, which is actually your own entitlement. What happens after that, you are no longer in control. And a young filmmaker called me and said his film has been pirated, and asked me what he could do about it. First of all, I congratulated him. If they pirated your film, that means you are making progress. It's an honor to be pirated. So don't worry about that. Just think of the next one. This one is gone. There's nothing you can do about it. But that's the reality on the ground. Today, piracy exists. But since we stopped producing in CD and DVD, we have forgotten about those ones. But for almost 2 years, my lawyer has a staff who always inspects YouTube, because all our films went on YouTube as well. And we identified 4 principal pirates in different countries, who are doing this. So we try and shut them down as soon as we can. But Even lately, we don't even bother. What my lawyer does is once we identify an infringement, he takes the trouble to write the person who uploaded it and explain how this is affecting us and everything. And so we just do it now amicably. Can you imagine? So that's what it is.
Thank you, sir. Sir, actually, I want you to assure us about film industry, and this actually goes to most especially the ladies amongst us. You know, we've not been to film industry before, and there is a stereotypical statement about film industry that before young stars can actually strive in film industry, they have to be sexually harassed or they pass through some kind of things that they shouldn't. I call it stereotypical statement because most of us have not been there before. So I want you to assure us what is really going on in film industry, and can you actually tell us to go into film industry and we are not going to encounter any problems, sir? Thank you.
I didn't hear the last part of the question because of the acoustics. But let me tell you, don't wait until you get out of school before you start to make it. Start to make it now. You understand? There's opportunity for you, even on YouTube, to do short forms. There's no point in making 1 hour film if 5 minutes or something, 2 minutes or 3 minutes you have made is making waves. You can actually get more views if you started to do shorts. So start small. Do shorts. And if you continue and you keep at it, you get notice. You begin to get an audience base. So when you are ready, you even have a portfolio that you can show. This is what I have done. This is my number of my subscribers. Some of the films I have made 50,000 views and all that. But the worst form of it before joining the industry is to do nothing. So filmmakers make films. They don't make excuses. So we are gone. Get your camera and start going. Well, about sexual harassment from ladies, it's not in filmmaking that they sexually harass people. Almost it happens in the society itself. It's possibly a product of the society. But it depends on the person. You know, so it's either you want to play or you have a principle and say, no, not me. And that's the point, because most of the films that I have made have had positive female characters, strong women who are strong-willed and who stand toe-to-toe with the men. So now you have women super producers. So rather than go and why don't you start and make your own film and produce it yourself? You don't have to go begging and allow yourself to be abused. No, arm yourself, empower yourself so you can stand and say, no, I'm not here for that. This is what I want to do. And like I said, don't go begging. Pick up the tools and cast yourself and make your own film too.
No, I'm not talking. The other question is show you how you made documentaries from photographs, how you made documentaries from photographs, technology.
Students also do their own documentaries for photography. She's that doctor raised the question. She's teaching documentary
I think, first of all, you have to get a story, and you have to write the story. For every other step, if you need help, please, just go on YouTube and say, how do I do this? How do I do that? From there again, you may find another link that can take you to something else. And once you start to do that, please just practice it. Just keep practicing it. So all of it, it depends on you. If you need information, you have access to information. Please use and practice from those information. I can't tell you, do this, do that, no. I can tell you, but you can go online today and search, and you have solutions to those problems.
Good morning, sir. My name is Isabella from the Department of Criminology. My question is, do I need to be a mass communication student to study or to be involved in filmmaking or being... My question is, do I need to be a mass communication student to be involved in filmmaking? And you said something. And sir, you said something. You said that we don't need to wait to go out there. We can start now. Now, for the situation where we do not have our phones,
Yes, I heard you. Okay, you need to be a mass communication student before you make films.
Yes, sir. And you said we should go out there and start now. If not in that situation, now we do not have access to our phones. How can we start?
Well, to answer your question, you don't have to be a student of mass communication before you make films. In fact, that's what I refer to you as privilege, because there are people who do not even go to school at all and are making films. You understand? But you are standing on a foundation that will help to make better films. So nothing can stop you from making films. You can find ways around it, but we will talk about it.
All right, thank you, sir. My question is that while in pursuit of your dream, in becoming the kind of successful person that you have become today, we know that there are some challenges, there are some ups and downs, there are some disappointments that you meet while in pursuit of the dream. Can you advise us as a student, motivate us how we are going to do it in overcoming those challenges and in pursuit of becoming who we have chosen to become? Yes, sir.
Come closer. So let me hear your question.
My question is that while in pursuit of your dream, in becoming the successful person that you become today, we believe that there are some ups and downs, there are some challenges, there are some disappointments that you meet while in becoming it. So can you advise us as we students that we are just coming behind you in becoming the kind of person that we want to become in the future? There are some challenges that we have been meeting now while being a student that is making us to be discouraging us in achieving who we want to become. Can you advise us, give us like a motivational talks that we keep us moving in becoming the kind of person I want to become? Thank you, sir. That's my question.
Well,
Gloria is the last.
Look, don't let me tell you what I have done to be where I am today, because I have sacrificed almost everything in my life to do it. I've been very, very brutal to myself. In fact, people even at my age, if we have to trek anywhere, say, please, you don't know me because I can trek from here to Ibadan. And that is true. I've done so many things like that. I went to London and did not sleep on a bed till I came back 2 years later. I'm an expert in living in people's bed, in people's sitting room. My load was permanently behind their chair. So after they finish for the night watching television, that's when I convert maybe a chair to a bed. I was a cleaner. I can clean the whole of this place. Because I was officially a cleaner for over 1 year. So the objective matters. It depends on how far you want to go. You don't see those obstacles, but solving the problems. And everybody, who is close to me knows what we have gone through. Everybody you see around me, we have all sacrificed and donated something, not just me. With people around me, my friends, benefactors, and everybody, we certainly have sacrificed to achieve whatever I've been able to achieve. So, if you are passionate and you are desperate and you have a vision, nothing can stop you.
Okay, the thing is, my colleague already asked the question I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask a question concerning the sexual harassment. Because while I was growing up, I was interested in acting. And I told my dad about it. But my dad said I can't be an actress because before I get into the field...
Come closer, please.
I said, my colleague already asked the question I wanted to ask concerning the sexual harassment. While I was growing up, I was interested in acting and I told my dad about it. But my dad said I can't be an actress, and that is because before I get into the field, the director might have something or the other to do with me before that. And the roles that the actresses play, they are not really palatable to society. They might give me roles that maybe when I get married, my husband might not be comfortable about it. So I began to lose interest in it. But when I got to 100 level, I started having interest in acting again. But that advice kept on ringing in my ears, and I don't know what to do about it.
Will you also allow you to do? So how would you as a parent?
Well, as a parent, first of all, I cannot impose anything on a child. I just want to look at what the interest of the child is and support the child. If you are stopped from doing it, now that you are grown up, you can, as long as you are passionate, you have a passion to want to do it, then I'm sure you can do it, without compromising. It depends on yourself. That's what I mean when I say, if you are sexually harassed, then why bother with that? That's what I'm saying, that you have to empower yourself in such a way that you can go on your own production, you can control, you can learn, you can invest, you can do that, so you can get going. Why do you want to act for anybody? Why don't you actually produce the story yourself? So, for me, you will come across that in every step you take in life. So it depends on you and what you want to achieve. Well, as for me, I told you, I became aware. I became culturally aware, from an early age in my life. I became politically aware from a young age. And I just decided, look, this is what I think I want to do. And what is done for me is that I've created a niche. outside even of Nigeria, they know that my niche is using my work to promote, to preserve, to document my language and culture, generally. That's what I use my own art to do. And so, as a result of that, I have a vast audience base. So please, that's the point I'm making, that you have to self-develop and you have to develop and find a niche for yourself. Once you have that niche, just follow it passionately and all will be well with you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. Let's appreciate our guest speaker. That's all the 7 questions. Another applause as he goes back to the seat. Thank you very much. Thank you. I would like to, at this point in time, invite Dr. Shoroye to help vote for thanks.
I'd like to stand on the existing protocol once again. I will want to say on behalf of the Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellor, the Governing Council, principal officers here present, staff, students of Dominion University, we want to really appreciate your presence, Dr. Tunde Kelani. Thank you very much for stopping by to talk to us, to encourage us, to enlighten us. This is a bit of myself. When I started my PhD, when I decided to go for a PhD in 2013, one of the things I said I was going to be was to be a Kelani scholar. That was because I wanted to study literary adaptation, and I looked at the landscape of filmmaking in Nollywood. I could only find one filmmaker that was producing adaptation, that was Tunde Kelani. So I said, okay, this is where I'm going to sit. It's a pleasure, and for most of you, you do not realize that this is an historical event for Dominion University students. You stand in the presence of a legend, a filmmaker of filmmakers, an iconoclastic storyteller, the most researched filmmaker in Nollywood. The most researched. If you look through adaptation studies, Nollywood study, filmmaking in Nigeria, the most researched is Tunde Kelani. As a matter of fact, I published one of my papers in December, and it has to do with Kelani's Women, a look at patriarchy through the eyes of a womanist. There are so many things we can say, but we just want to appreciate you today, sir. Thank you very much for doing us this honor. If you hear your name, please be on your feet and keep clapping. Shining stars, on your feet and keep clapping. Days, shining lights, day stars, eagles, light bearers. Let us appreciate a filmmaker's filmmaker. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Dominion University will never forget this august occasion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ashur. I wonder if the Vice Chancellor will, but if the Vice Chancellor, okay, I'd like, as an overview, to please invite the Vice Chancellor again.
Thank you. This has been a very delightful 2-hour interaction. As it has been said, this is indeed an historic event. You may not know it, but I'm sure 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, even 40 years, because many of you are still below 20, you will remember this day. for good. You remember the day you had an interaction with a living legend. Let's give a round of applause again. The vote of thanks have been said, but I think it's still important once again to say thank you, sir, for finding time to be here, for being patient enough to take the questions and respond in ways that they are taking away lifelong lessons. Life lessons. It's not just something theoretical. I'm sure some of the words of advice you have passed across today will already put some of them on track for what they want to do. The young lady that spoke about the interaction with her dad is still at the crossroad. She just wanted some kind of affirmation, and I'm sure she has received that you can go ahead and prove, as it were, your dad wrong, that you don't have to compromise to get to the top. And you have been encouraged, you have been challenged to develop yourself. The YouTube is there. He has said it over and over again, that there's virtually nothing you want to learn that you cannot find on the internet today. He has described you as the lucky generation. Virtually everything you need to learn at your fingertip. We all know that today, gone is the day when the teacher was as they call it, the sage on the stage. He's right now just a facilitator. When we were in school, we used to have lecturers who would come to class and be hiding the textbook so that they did not know, so that you would not know where the questions would come from. But any teacher that does that today is just wasting his time. Because whatever it is that you are telling the students, they can get it on the internet. You have access to the libraries of different universities across the globe. I would just plead that you take good advantage of the technology that is now at your fingertip. The question was raised, and I saw different people looking my direction when they asked you to raise your phone. I wonder why you are looking at me. But you all know the reason. Or you don't know? Okay. They are saying, oh, no, go no. For 4 years, there was unfettered access to mobile phones and other electronic devices. But last year we had a lot of issues, and we are running an experiment. You have been told that what we are doing is an experiment. At the end of this session, and I'm serious about it, I mean it, at the end of this session, there will be a review. Hello. Please, can we have one house? Now, please don't misquote me. I said there will be a review. A review will determine the next steps. So if the review shows positive improvement, and then the next steps will follow. But you all know that today nobody has restricted you from social media. You have your tablets, you have your iPads, you have your... You don't have? Okay, God will provide for you. Well, once again, I think we should just say thank you to everyone who has made today an historic event. We thank you, students, for your cooperation. We thank other members of staff, even those who are not in mass communication, who has given support, because virtually all our staff members are here today. And we look forward to events, more and more of these events. Because like I said, this is what makes you a total graduate. It's not just about the classroom experiences, it's also about interactions like this. And you can be sure that the university will continue to support initiatives of this nature. All other departments that are represented here today, you can be sure of the support of the university for events of this nature. So in rounding up, we say thank you again, but please be reminded that at 12 o'clock, there will still be our regular service, community service. So I think it's in your best interest to just stay around here so that you don't have to be going back and coming forward. And I think you should give yourself a round of applause for your performance today. I said it the other time that I'm sure you are going to ask intelligent questions, and I have not been disappointed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Vice Chancellor. The guest speaker and team with our principal officers and distinguished heads of department will do a good photograph outside the auditorium. Like the Vice Chancellor had advised and informed us, there will not be need for you going into the sun again. Just enjoy yourself here, and in a short while the community service will commence. Meanwhile, as the guest speaker and principal officers proceed, I would like distinguished audience here to please also do a salutation by standing while they exit. Thank you very much. This event, attention please, this event is captured on Facebook and other social media platforms of Dominion University. So please feel free to have a look at it. Let's rise as our distinguished guests and our principal officers proceed. Heads of department, you can help do a photography session with the guest speaker outside the auditorium.